in that supreme effort that everybody makes collectively. But we have to recognise that Fred and Christine have really excelled over these 20 years. And if they're here, if they could come up together, please, I'd very much appreciate that.
And I'm talking to a family that have taken part in the challenge over many years. It's the Urquhart family. Shona, you're the mother of the family. Perhaps you could introduce everybody else to us.
Yes, well, my name is Shona Urquhart, and this is the rest of the family. We've got Ross,
Ailey,
and Callum.
Hi, Callum. You've been doing this for a long time, haven't you?
I have. I think the first year I did it was in 1992. I've done it most years, not quite every year since then, but most years. I always try and set the date at the start of the year to make sure that the weekend's free.
The whole family takes part in the run nowadays. Have you always done that?
Well, originally obviously it was just the two of us, but as each new member's come along, then they've been introduced to it.
And I hear tell from an early age.
Yes, I think Ailey was 8 months when she did the first one in the backpack.
Is that a good way to do it, Ailey, in the backpack?
it was.
You wish you could do that again now?
Yeah.
Ross? How old was Ross when he first did the run?
Well, I was actually expecting Ross, I think, the first time he went round, so that was an easy way to travel.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been round once in the backpack as well.
Right. You'll be running for yourself this time, or walking?
Walking.
You're walking it, good. And you've, other relatives have done the run before you, haven't they?
Yes, and still doing it. My father was the first of the family who came a year or two before he introduced me to it, and he's been, I think, almost every year since 1990. My mother's done it a number of occasions. Sisters have done it, their family, and my brother as well. So normally it's a big family outing, really. That the whole family gather up here that weekend, and we all do the various bits of it.
Very good. Now, you've been doing it for a long time. What do you get from it? What does it mean to you to take part in the challenge?
I think there's several aspects to it. One is that it's a great weekend away for all the family here. There's something for all the family, whether it be walking around the 7-mile walk carrying the children, whether it be walking the 13 or trying to run the 25 or whatever. There's a challenge there for everyone. There's a great atmosphere at the event. It's great fun. You meet new faces, but you also meet the old faces that you see every year that are here, and you're always made to feel so welcome. There's a real personal touch to it, which I think makes it stand out from other similar events that I maybe do. It's just friendly and a nice feel to it. And then there's also the fact that you feel you're doing some good out of it as well, because you're raising sponsorship for the charities and the good causes. So it's more than just something that you do for yourself. You feel that there's benefit for others as well.
And a very important aspect of running the challenge successfully over all those years has been the adequate provision of safety cover for the event. And I'm talking to someone who's been a key figure in that over those 20 years. I'm talking to Dr. Alan Marshall, who for a large part of that time was senior partner at the Gairloch and Old Bay Medical Practice, which has provided medical cover for the events. Now, with an event of this nature and so many people taking part, just how important is safety?
Safety clearly is of vital importance. About 500 people participate each year, and the number is increasing annually. The people who participate come in all ages and conditions, and the potential for illness or injury is clearly quite significant. The event itself is extremely physically demanding. It covers a distance of 25 miles and involves climbing about 4,000 feet in all in the course of the 25-mile run. And the terrain is extremely rugged, and the potential for injury and indeed illness is clearly quite significant. In the 20-year history of the event, there have been no significant injuries sustained by any of the participants, and I'm not aware of any serious illness occurring during that period of time. But it's important for us not to be complacent about that. The potential is clearly there for mishap, and we must ensure that all eventualities are catered for. And with that in mind, many different safety precautions are in place. My own involvement has probably been for about 9 or 10 years. I've made myself available. But other people are just as important as the doctor. The organisation has been excellent, and the fact that there have been so few incidents in the past is testament to the very high level of organisation that's been put in place. And many people are involved, as well as the doctor, namely the mountain rescue people, the Coast Guard, the people who man the checkpoints, and the district nurses who are often present also at these checkpoints, and also the St John's Ambulance Brigade who make themselves available to deal with minor injuries. It's very important that people too are given appropriate advice before they start, to ensure that they are properly prepared and that they have prepared themselves physically for the event, that they know exactly what's involved and how arduous it is, and that they are properly equipped with regard to footwear and protective clothing.
Goes into organising the event. Does that make a big difference to how well it works for you?
Yes. I mean, I'm sure we only see the surface of it. We don't know everything that goes on behind, but it's such a well-run event, and things always seem to go very smoothly. No matter what the weather, huge numbers of people, transport, food at the end, everything. It seems to run smoothly, and I can only begin to guess at the amount of organisation that's required to enable that to happen.
Callum, how it's very much a family event. Does that make a big difference to you?
Yes, it certainly does. I mean, from my point of view, it's probably a unique event from that aspect, in that a lot of the other events that Callum would be taking part in, I would purely be spectating, whereas the Great Wilderness Challenge is the opportunity to enter at whatever level that you are yourself. And I can take part, and the children can take part, and there's a great family atmosphere.
That's good. From what you've said, it sounds more like this is an annual family reunion, or getting back together with long lost relatives when the event happens.
Well, certainly it's a focus for us to all meet at, yes.
Amy, how many times have you taken part in the Great Wilderness Challenge?
Well, I'm not sure, but